getting there. Lately I've seen you on television. Yeah, it feels like I'm watching you from a prison. And I want to roll myself in my head.
Oh, yeah, let's get it. What up, what up, what up, Eagles Nation's fans, and welcome to the Fan Cave, where it doesn't matter where you live as long as Eagle pride and Eagle green is what you give. I'm your host, OGP, and you know the deal. It's time to get real. You see the ticker, you see the thumbnail, so you know it's time to show one more video. So please like, subscribe, share, and hit the notification bell. And if you have any comments, even questions or concerns, you can hit us up on our email, which I'm going to put up right now for you. So you can get that. Boom, there it is. You can get all our information underneath there, underneath tickering underneath the page right now. So listen, thank you for tuning in to the Eagles Nation Fan Cave once again. Listen, I got to talk about my team. I got to talk about what's happened in the last this last past Sunday. And first of all, I wasn't able to make it to the game. Some things happened that I wasn't able to get there, but that's fine. We were represented from what I could see on the videos and things and other content creators. So I'm just glad that we took over FedEx Field, which is not hard because not a lot of people are going to FedEx Field right now because they don't have a lot to cheer about. But that's neither here nor there. That has nothing to do with us. Listen, I want to talk about our team. First things first. We haven't put a whole 4 quarters together yet. I think personally, that's a good thing. And the reason why I think it's a good thing is because I don't want to see us peak too early. We're playing good first half football, but we're not playing a full 60 minutes. We're not playing 4 quarters of football. And I'm okay with that right now. It's early in the season. Give us a chance to work towards something. I don't want us peaking too early because so many teams peak early and then they drop off and they just disappear at the important time of the season. So I'm glad that we're not doing that yet, but I do recognize, as most of you do, that we're just not playing good second half football. But okay, we'll get there. We will get there. There's no question in my mind that we're moving in that right direction. Now, I want to say this. I've been listening to content creators, and they're talking about the Arizona Cardinals. Well, listen, I got to tell you this. We cannot look past Jacksonville. Jacksonville that we've seen in the past is not the Jacksonville team that they have right now. These boys can play. So we can't look past them. And I know that the players won't dare do that, but I hear content creators talking more about the Cardinals than they do about the Jaguars. No, you don't look past anyone. Players know this. You don't look past anyone for any reason because on any given Sunday, it can happen. So I watched Jacksonville play a couple of times. I watched their last game. These guys are no joke. They're no joke. They really aren't. Their passing game is really good. It's not excellent, but it's good. And so it's going to call for our cornerbacks to play a good man-to-man coverage, if nothing else. I think if we play man-to-man, I don't think that we're going to have a problem. I think also if we blitz Lawrence, I think that's going to present problems for him because he's not really a running quarterback. So I think we got to put some people in his face. I think we got to affect his the pocket and push the pocket on him, and I think that will be effective. So one of the things that's been bothering me, I'm going to skip around different things because I've got some notes here. I want to cover some things. Our kicking game, our kickoff and our punt game, it needs work. There's no question. We can't let Covey continue to take the pounding that he is. He's too small. It's no way that he's going to last the whole season. I know Slay called him a crash test dummy. A crash test dummy is not a compliment. To me, that is not a compliment at all. I wish he never said that. But the bottom line is that young man, he's he's got heart because it takes heart to do what he's doing. He's getting creamed, but yet he's still catching the ball, and he's got heart, man. He's only 160, 107 pounds, 170 pounds, and he's still catching the ball, 5'6", 5'7", and he's a little guy, but he's getting creamed. We need to do block better for this guy, or they've got to get someone in there. I saw that they put Devontae Smith back there. Not a good look. Not a good look. You don't want your starting wide receiver returning punts. You don't want your no. And I also seen them put Quez Watkins back there. You don't want neither one of these guys back there returning punts. You need someone that's designated as a punt returner and a kick returner. You've got to find somebody that's going to provide that service and not our starting wideouts. That's not a good look at all. I like something that's Jalen Hurts said, and he talked about a standard, and I hear people, and this is the problem. I don't think they're hearing him when he talks about a standard, because a standard will not cause you to take your foot off a pedal. If you look at Alabama and you look at Clemson, they play to a standard. And when you play to a standard, you don't take your foot off the pedal. You play at the standard that has been set, and you don't come off of that standard. We're not playing by a standard. And as a result of that, we're playing to our competition. If you play to your competition and you start letting off the pedal, you're not going to be able to put it on when you need it. I hear people say, "Oh, we can press the pedal again." No. If you look at history, that doesn't work. That does not work. In most cases, of course, there's going to be situations when it does, but mostly it will not work. If you play toward a standard, you will play consistently to that standard, irregardless of your competition or the score that's on the board. If Alabama puts up 66 on you, so be it. We're playing to a standard. That's what Jalen Hurts is talking about. He's talking about a standard that's irregardless of who you're playing against. And what we're not doing is, because we have this mentality of everybody gets a trophy. That everybody gets a trophy mentality causes you to take your foot off the pedal when you need to be playing to a standard. That's the problem. That's the problem why we're not playing consistent ball. Until we get to the place where we're playing by a standard, we're going to continue to see the fluctuation in that standard being maintained in the first half and let down in the second, because we're not playing by a standard, really. We're playing by our opponents. Big mistake, because the opponents are going to get tougher. And if you have them come up to your standard, it's like Jalen Hurts said. He said, "We're not a thermometer. We're a thermostat. We're a thermostat. You should be setting the environment, not allowing other people to set the environment and you having to come up to their." No, they need to come up to where you are, because our standard is our standard, and it doesn't change for anybody. That's what's important. That is what's important. Now, talk a little bit about the Commanders game. Carson Wentz is who Carson Wentz is. I'm not going to beat that dead horse, but the bottom line is he hasn't changed. There's not a whole lot of to that. He hasn't changed much from what he has since he's come into the league. You can see the difference in Jalen Hurts. You can't see the difference in Carson Wentz. That's just the bottom line. Okay, the next thing is the running game. I see the running game is lacking. We talk about we have the best offensive line, we have the best run game. Listen, we didn't run the ball well yesterday or Sunday. We did not run the ball well at all. Our offensive line did not play well in the running game. Now, I'm going to say this, and it may hurt some feelings, but the bottom line is our offensive line is not as good as everybody says it is in the running game. The reason why our running game is where it is because of Jalen Hurts adding yardage by his freaking and by him going out and making plays with his legs. That is what's helping our running game. That's what's giving us the yardage. It's not the offensive line, because Jalen Hurts didn't run as much Sunday, and look what happened. We didn't get the offensive line did not do what everybody says it is. It's the best running offensive line in football. I didn't see it. I didn't see that on Sunday. Jalen ran for at least the amount of yards that he rushed for all season. He's been rushing the ball. He rushed a few times when it's needed. But the bottom line is he's using his arm, the very thing that people said he couldn't do. And so now what we're seeing is the bandwagon jumpers. The bandwagon jumpers. All you have to do is go back and listen to some of their footage in the past, like in June or before. And you'll see what they really thought about it. But now they're jumping on the wagon. But we can't. And then, like Jalen said, and I said, and if you look at my open, I said, don't eat the rat poison. That's what it is. It's rat poison. These band jumpers are nothing. It's nothing but rat poison. Because as soon as something changes, they're going to change. They're fair weather friends. They're fair weather fans. Don't fall for the okie doke, because they're not really real. Okay, I want to talk about Jalen. I want to talk about Slay. Slay is hurt. He's still playing, and I believe it's a hip. I believe he hurt his hip during the Minnesota game when he was that play in the end zone where he missed the interception the first time, but he stayed in the game and he got it the second time. I believe that play is when he got hurt, and he's been playing hurt ever since then. But we need him. We need him because our cornerback play is stellar. Our cornerback play, in my opinion, I don't see anyone's cornerbacks playing the way that ours is. Bradbury is playing lights out, even though he's not getting interceptions. He is. I mean, the amount of catches are insignificant, really. Our defensive line dominant. The defense overall is dominant, but we're not putting. We need to put a half. I think this last game we put a whole game together. The defense put a whole game together, because you see, I think we had something like 4 or 5 sacks in the second half. I think we played a good second half, and I think it's the first time that we really, as a defense, put a full game together. We still need some more. We need some more consistency in pushing the pocket. I want to see Jordan Davis do more. He's still learning. He's still learning, and he's still observing. And I believe in the second half of the season, he's going to begin to make his contribution. I believe that. I mean, when you look at that defensive line, 9 sacks, everybody talking about the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys defensive line is not as prolific as our defensive line. It's just not. They don't have the players that we have on defense. There's no doubt about it. So without a shadow of doubt, before it's all over, we're going to have the best defensive line and the best defense in the NFL. It's going to eventually happen. So that's one thing that I wanted to bring out. I'm trying not to be here too long. Gannon is beginning to show force and to show that he has the ability to coach a defense. I was concerned about it. I'm starting to see more. I want to see us more and more do blitzes, but at the same token, I like what he's doing, because the way that he's going about those blitzing situations, they're strategic. He is not showing forth his hand. He's making it hard for people to even get an idea when the blitzes are coming. I think what we need to do is scout ourselves and make sure that we're not leaning toward any tendencies, so that we can continue to keep offenses off balance. Listen, our wide receivers, we had 2 wide receivers in 2 different games have over 150 yards in receiving, over 150 yards, right? And so I listen, our wide receivers are prolific. There's no question. But I think one person that people are not mentioning a lot about, and that's Pascal. Pascal is, listen, if you watch Pascal, first downs, he's blocking for the wide receivers. He's blocking on special teams, which, I mean, if we get somebody back there that could, I think that it would be helpful. He is the utility man that is not getting a lot of credit. I think we need to really, really blow the horn and give him some props, because Pascal is doing an excellent job. He's keeping drives going with his catches. He's keeping drives going with his blocking for Quez, for Smith, and for Brown. I mean, he threw some blocks on some screens the other day that were dynamic. So I think we need to really start speaking and recognizing what Pascal has been doing. And you wide receiver, y'all need to involve him and incorporate him in your celebrations. I know the three of you guys are cool, but the bottom line is he's blocking for you guys. Y'all need to incorporate him too. I see you guys, just the three of you, Quez, Brown, and Smith, but you got to include Pascal too. But anyway, all right, that's it. I mean, hey, would you do me a favor? Like, subscribe, and share. Hit the notification bell. This is the Eagle Nation's Fan Cave with yours truly, OGP, bidding you to our next time coming together. Peace, power, and Eagle pride. Till next time, peace.